think Mobile, in regards to like the film work, it doesn't get the credit that it deserves. I feel like we have a really awesome community that is willing to come together, and even though you have, your old school crew, you always have somebody willing and ready to jump in and do whatever, and everybody's always so eager to learn.
I think there's a misconception about Alabama and Mobile, like they think we're like a hillbilly state, but we're more than capable.
It's really interesting when you look at the crew base here, knowing that many of them will then go over and work in New Orleans, many of them will go work in Atlanta, and then they always come back here and they love to work here. So you're getting top tier talent, local.
You would have to bring in very few people. There are crew here that could fit just about every job.
They have done huge theatrical shows, huge TV shows.
And they're all more than qualified to take on any key position that any project that comes here.
A lot of the people here have been doing it for a long time and are really good at it. And they can go anywhere in the country and get a job doing it, but they stay here because it's their home.
The people that have made it in film as a career here in Mobile are the overachievers of the film world.
And the sort of industry inside of being jaded doesn't exist here. It just doesn't. The crew's way more, they want to see your project succeed. They really do. They carry it on their own shoulders as well.
We have this beautiful arrangement of people that can do so much with so little.
Everybody knows everybody, and we're all like one big family.
If I could work with a crew for the rest of my life and only one crew, it would be the Mobile crew, hands down.
One of the things that makes it really special for filming stuff is that there's a lot of diversity in locations. The downtown is kind of like a mini New Orleans. There's the beach, Dauphin Island, all that stuff is beautiful.
Was there a shrimp boat behind me? Everything from shrimp boats and that sort of vibe all the way into, we found locations that we cheated for the desert. We found locations that we've cheated for forests that are not indicative of our area.
The quaint towns that we have in this area, the farmlands, plantation homes, so you can do historical stuff, you can do modern stuff.
We have the picturesque oak trees everywhere.
Mobile can shapeshift and be any city you want it to be.
We shot a big steampunk thing a long time ago in an old fort, a Civil War fort. You're not going to find that in very many places. They were extremely accessible to us. We were able to use it the way we wanted, and we turned this fort into like I said, a weird steampunk science fiction epic. I couldn't build that for the budget we had. There's no way around it. So the fact that we found something that local is just a tribute to the area and what we have.
I think like one of the big things about Mobile is the friendliness and the film-friendly people that are around.
The fact that you can go into a place and people are excited that you're there still is a big deal.
The film office, the mayor's office, they offer great support to production companies when they come into town. I've filmed all over the state, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia. Nobody gives you better support than the Film Commission in Mobile.
It's much easier to film here than other places. We just are given a lot of opportunity, and we get a lot of support from both the city. You get a lot of support from the locals. So it's just a very pleasant place to film. And we've done everything from shutting down Bourbon Street, the equivalent of Bourbon Street on Dolphin Street, to shutting down roads and doing high-speed chase scenes for a commercial. So even from a commercial standpoint, the city has been very helpful about having things happen. And so when you have that support, when the city's behind the movie, that's like having an extra producer. So it's really fantastic.
I think the next big thing is we have a very competitive tax program here, similar to Atlanta and New Orleans. And also it's not as complicated as the largest cities to come down and film here. We had a lot of big productions come through here and film.
Steven Spielberg, Jordan Peele.
Robert De Niro's filmed here many times, Nicolas Cage.
And they all found this place to be very special.
The one thing I'm always surprised by is the producers don't think they're going to get what they get when they get here. In other words, they get here and they think, well, there's no actors here. There's no talent to look for. And every time, to a T, we tell them, we're going to shock you. When you leave here, you're going to come back.
I think our talent pool is surprisingly good to people, and that's what maybe a lot of people don't know is how many true actors we have here.
The people, the talent, and just the beauty of the landscape. You can't beat any of it.
In Mobile, we also have a wide variety of production services available, from what I provide at Wizard Daddy Productions with multiple trucks and a full-service G&E rental house, to camera, to craft services, to a solid HMU department. It has everything to do with being a one-stop shop for everything you need.
From a producer standpoint, it's very easy to save money down here.
Your dollar goes a lot further here, and that's something that often isn't talked about. It's not just on an incentive side. If you look at the cost of goods here, they're less than a lot of places. Yes, there is some spots where you're gonna have to supplement with outside rentals, but to be honest with you, there's a ton of gear here that's already available that all you have to do is ask about it and it's there for you.
You get such a great value here, and it's gonna cost you a lot less, and you still get a great product and you have a great crew putting it together.
Another cool thing about Mobile is that, the city is really embracing emerging technologies. So, with their realm and our team, we've been able to bring the LED wall and introduce virtual production, a new type of filmmaking that, being used by bigger studios like Disney.
The LED wall, as you can see behind me, it's usually something reserved for larger studios inside of larger cities with bigger budgets. But, we happen to have a wall here right in our very own town of Mobile. You don't have to move your crew, you don't have to move your equipment, you're not affected by the weather because, obviously you'll be under a roof. That allows you to get through most of your production at a faster time than you would shooting on a physical location.
Come and see what we have to offer, whether it's the cast, the crew, the city, just the ambiance of Mobile. They'll fall in love with it.